The phone rings and your body reacts before your mind does. The voice on the other end sounds shaken, rushed, maybe even familiar. They say there is a problem and they need help right now. Your heart tightens and your thoughts jump straight to family. This feels personal. This feels urgent. Most people believe the only way to protect their loved ones in moments like this is to act immediately. But stay with me. This is important. There is a simple family tool that quietly stops panic before it turns into a costly mistake. It takes very little effort, costs nothing, and yet most families never use it. That one missing step is why so many seniors get pulled into situations they never saw coming. When emotion takes over, even careful people skip verification. Fear fills the silence and urgency pushes action. This tool does not block compassion. It gives compassion a safeguard. My name is Judith Carver, and I help older Americans understand everyday legal and financial situations that can quietly cause harm when no one explains them clearly. I am not a lawyer, and I do not provide legal advice. This content is for educational purposes only, and if you need advice for your specific situation, you must contact a licensed attorney or qualified professional. My role is to slow things down so you can see patterns, not panic. I have spoken with many seniors who said the same thing afterward. I never thought this could happen to me. Your rights do not expire with age. Now listen carefully. One of the biggest reasons urgent phone calls work is because they feel emotional and familiar. The caller may claim to be a grandchild, a relative, or someone calling on their behalf. The moment family is mentioned, logic often steps aside. Love takes the wheel. The emotional consequence is immediate concern. The punchline is that emotion bypasses verification. Here is where it gets interesting. Families often assume recognition is enough. A familiar name, a voice that sounds close enough, or a shared detail makes the story feel real. Seniors think, I know my family. I would recognize them anywhere. But memory fills gaps when we are stressed. Technology and guesswork can do the rest. The emotional impact is misplaced certainty. The grounding truth is familiarity is not confirmation. Stay with me. This is where a simple family code word changes everything. A code word is a private word or phrase known only to trusted family members. It is not written down publicly. It is not shared outside the family, and it is never used casually. Its only purpose is verification. When panic is high and time feels short, the code word restores control. Pause for a moment. Imagine receiving a call claiming to be your grandchild in trouble. Instead of rushing, you calmly tell me the family word. If the caller hesitates, deflects, or becomes angry, that tells you something important. Real family members know the word. Others do not. The emotional benefit is immediate clarity. The punchline is one word can stop a spiral. Most people never notice this. Urgent callers often discourage questions. They may say the connection is bad or they cannot talk long. A code word cuts through that pressure. It does not require explanation or debate. It is either known or it is not. The emotional consequence is empowerment. The short truth is verification should be simple. Here is the part nobody talks about. Seniors often worry that asking for a code word feels rude or distrustful. They fear offending a loved one in a moment of crisis. But real family members understand safety. One grandmother said her grandson laughed and said it was a good idea when she asked. The emotional result was relief and pride. The grounding reminder is safety is not suspicion. Stay with me. A family code word also protects younger relatives. In an era where scams are becoming more sophisticated, such as AI-generated voice cloning and impersonation calls, having a shared verification system can prevent both older adults and younger family members from being deceived by a convincing "help me" message. Experts now recommend families create a safe word or phrase that is only known privately among trusted members so it can be used as a quick identity check if someone contacts you urgently claiming to be family. If someone impersonates you and contacts a younger relative requesting money or sensitive information, the same code word applies. This means protection goes both ways, building a stronger shield across generations. Code words are simple but powerful because they bypass emotional pressure and force verification based on pre-agreed information. In many cases, fraudsters will not know the safe word no matter how convincing their story sounds. Watch out for this. A code word should not be obvious or publicly available. Avoid things like birthdays, pet names, hometowns, or phrases you use often on social media. Instead, choose something memorable yet unrelated to your public life, perhaps an inside joke, a fictional place, or a phrase that only your family would think to choose. Making it easy to remember reduces the chance anyone forgets it in a stressful moment, and making it hard to guess keeps it secure. Simple and unrelated beats complexity because you want the word to be easily recalled under pressure while remaining unintelligible to outsiders. Here is where legal awareness matters. Acting on unverified emergency requests can create financial and legal complications that linger long after the panic fades. Sending money, sharing personal information, or authorizing transactions under pressure may limit your ability to recover funds or dispute actions later. In some cases, proving that you were misled becomes difficult once consent is given, even if that consent was rushed. A code word creates a built-in pause. That pause gives you time to verify, document, and think clearly before acting. It protects you legally as well as emotionally. The emotional result is peace of mind instead of regret. The grounding truth is prevention is easier than repair and far less stressful. Most people never hear this advice until after something goes wrong. Seniors often say, "I wish someone had told me this sooner." That regret is avoidable. A 5-minute conversation with family can prevent years of stress. The emotional shift is from reactive to prepared. The punchline is planning beats panic. Stay with me. Introducing a code word does not require a serious or uncomfortable talk. It can be simple and calm. You can explain that it is for emergencies only and for everyone's protection. Families who do this report feeling safer, not fearful. The emotional outcome is reassurance. The truth is clear boundaries reduce anxiety. Pause for a moment. If you ever receive a call that resists verification, demands secrecy, or pressures you to act without confirmation, that is your signal to stop. Use the code word, call back through known numbers, involve another trusted person. The emotional benefit is steadiness. The punchline is you control the pace. Here is where clarity returns. A family code word does not mean something bad will happen. It means you are ready if it does. Preparedness is not pessimism. It is practical care. Seniors who use this tool consistently report feeling less vulnerable and more confident answering the phone. They no longer feel that every unexpected call carries risk. The emotional result is calm, not suspicion. This is where it gets interesting. Another strong tip is to agree in advance on a simple response plan along with the code word. For example, decide that any urgent request will always be followed by a callback through a known number or a quick check with another trusted family member. This removes decision-making from the emotional moment. The grounding reminder is that preparedness is empowering. When the plan is set ahead of time, fear has less room to take over, and confidence has room to grow. Protection does not have to be complicated or technical. Sometimes it is as simple as one agreed-upon word that brings clarity into emotional moments. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to verify. You are allowed to protect yourself and your family without guilt. If a situation ever feels legally or financially complex, contact a licensed attorney or qualified professional who can give you advice specific to your circumstances. You deserve calm, clarity, and respect. And if this information helps you recognize a pattern or avoid a mistake, share it with your friends, neighbors, or family members who may face the same calls. Many seniors fall into these traps simply because no one warned them. A simple conversation can protect someone you care about. If you find this guidance helpful, remember to like and subscribe to the channel for the latest senior scams and protection insights. Carry that forward with you. Your rights do not expire with age,